Hi, we're back with Maddie and Quinn in our health assessment.
Yay!
And now I am assessing the neurological system of the body.
For the second time.
So for the second time, because I messed up. So I'm going to assess any past health history or any present health problems with the neurological system. Maddie, do you have any history of strokes or any other neurological issues?
No, I have not had a stroke yet.
A+. Is there any other problems that you have presently with your neurological system?
I've been kind of dizzy and confused recently.
Dizzy and confused. When did this start?
2 weeks ago, I was in a car accident.
Oh no.
It was bad.
Really? I'm glad you're alive.
Me too, but ever since then, I've been getting dizzy and confused.
Oh my gosh. And is it bad throughout the entire day? Does it get better or worse ever?
It's worse in the morning, but then, I kind of slowly get out of bed and it gets a little better.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the dizziness, can you rate that on a scale of 0 to 10? 0 being not dizzy, 10 being the worst dizzy ever.
Usually I'm at like a kind of a 3, but sometimes.
6 last time.
Well, sometimes it gets up to like 6 or 7, which also makes me feel nauseous.
Okay.
It's bad.
All right. How about the confusion? Is it a 0 or a 10? Or anywhere in between?
Right now, I'm not that confused, but recently I've been quite confused, like maybe a 7 or an 8, not knowing where I was.
Wow, that's very scary. We need to
scary.
assess your neurological system.
Perfect.
So we're going to start off with the cranial nerves, and there are 12, which is great.
So many.
And that's a lot. And we're going to start with number 1, which is the olfactory nerve, and that is for smelling. Sense of smell. So what you would do is you would ask the patient to close her eyes and cover one nostril, and you would hold an object that has a familiar scent that somebody could identify and have them identify it. Where do you identify?
Smells like peppermint.
And that smells like peppermint. She's right. And then you would do the same thing for the other nostril.
Do you want me to?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Let's see it. Can you close your eyes? You can't see it.
Smells like peppermint again.
Peppermint twice. Okay, that's perfect because that's all I had was gum. So now we go with the second nerve, which is the optic nerve. So we're testing eyesight, and you would use the Snellen test, which is not in this facility, but it's basically a piece of paper that has letters at different font sizes, and at 20 feet, Maddie should be able to read at a certain line, which makes her vision 20/20, and her vision is perfect, I can tell.
Right.
Let's see. As for nerves 3, 4, and 6, that's also for eyesight, so we're going to look at the cardinal positions first, which there are 6 cardinal positions. So just look straight at me and don't move your head, but follow my pen light with your eyes.
Okay.
Okay, and Maddie's eyes are moving very well. So now what we do is we assess with direct confrontation, which is I take my pen light and move it from, have the patient looking just at one area, not moving their head, and you bring the pen light from the side to the front of one eye, and when that eye dilates, the other eye should do the same. Whoa! It worked. So what we do is we do that with the other eye, and it should be the same effect. The last test you can do is you can test the peripheral vision, which you would move your hand, cover one eye, and I would do the same thing, and I would move my hands from the bottom, top, and from the side, and we should both see my wiggling fingers at the same time. Alright, so 3, 4, 5. Cranial nerve 5 is the trigeminal nerve, which is for facial movements. So you should, when the patient closes her eyes, she should be able to feel when I give her a light touch. So tell me when I'm touching you.
I'm sorry, okay.
Eyes closed.
You're touching me.
Keep your eyes closed.
I'm sorry.
You should do the cheek and the forehead.
You're touching me.
Okay. Excellent. And now we move on to nerve 7, which is the facial nerve in which we test. We should have the patient smiling and closing your eyes tight and moving your eyebrows up. which you can do all of those, which is wonderful. Excellent work. We move to the 8th nerve, which is the acoustic nerve, and you have to stand up for this. I'm really sorry. We test your hearing, and we would use the whisper test for that.
We test the hearing with mine, not with yours. Oh, okay.
Okay. So I would stand 2 feet behind the patient, and I would exhale and say a 2-syllable word, and the patient should be able to hear on both sides.
Baseball.
Christmas. Yes. Okay.
Can I hear?
You can hear perfectly.
Great.
Good. That helps with confusion. You can sit back down. I'm really sorry. Okay. Now we move to nerves 9 and 10, which is the glossopharyngeal and the vagus nerves. You have to open your mouth and say ah, and you test the gag reflex, but you don't want somebody to puke on you, so we're not going to do that today. And just say ah, and then you would stick this little buddy in there, but I think her gag reflex is good.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
We're just gonna. She has a nice gag reflex. Oh my god. Next we move. I'm really sorry.
What's next?
Next we move to the 11th cranial nerve, which is the spinal accessory nerve. In that we would test the strength of the trapezius muscle, and we do the shrug test. I'm sorry. It's okay.
Do I have to get down?
So I would apply pressure to her shoulders, and she should be able to shrug against my force. Excellent. Also, you can do that with your hand as well for movement of the neck. Excellent. Very, very good. Let me see. Now, 12th and last cranial nerve is the hypoglossal, and what you do with that is you say light, tight, dynamite, and the LTD should be spoken very clearly. So,
light, tight, dynamite.
Perfect. This is great.
Awesome.
And the second aspect of assessing the neurological system is the function of the cerebrum. So you have to get down one more time. I'm really sorry.
It's okay.
And this is called the tandem walk, and I don't know if it really is, but basically what Maddie should be able to do is put her walk from heel to toe and not fall over.
I can't. Should
I don't know if we see this. You can try and look at her feet. Feet? Can you see feet?
Can I see my feet?
Yeah, I see it.
Kind of.
Yeah, Maddie's really good at this.
Sorry, my arm's such a mess.
Okay. And then, sorry.
No, it's fine.
And then we have the Romberg test, in which Maddie should be able to stand up straight with her eyes closed for 20 seconds and not fall over. You're so good at it already, we don't need to do it anymore. And also we need to test range of motion, and Maddie can touch her fingers to her thumb really rapid. Wow. Way too fast. Speedy Gonzalez here, way too fast. Also, in testing the function of the cerebrum, we do I can't pronounce this correctly, the kinesthesia position. And Maddie's going to close her eyes. I'm going to take her hand, and when I move her finger, she should be able to tell me if I'm moving her finger in which direction.
Up. That way. Down.
Excellent.
Sorry,
Okay. She's really good. Lefts to rights aren't important. It's fine.
Who needs them?
Let me see. What else can I do with you? The sterignosis. Also, we're going to test that. I'm going to have you close your eyes. And I need an object. And it's going to be this. And I'm going to give the patient an object, and she should be able to identify. It's a spoon.
Feels like a biodegradable spoon.
Wow, that's the best kind of spoon. Maddie's really good at that. And then I think, what's the last thing? We also can test the graphesthesia. And with that, she has her eyes closed, and I should be able to write a number or a letter on her hand with my finger, and she should be able to identify it.
That was either a lowercase L, an uppercase I, or a 1.
She got my trick. That was great. Okay.
An L?
Yes. Maddie's really good at this. The last thing that we need to test are the reflexes. Yay! And we're going to start with the quadriceps, so Maddie can sit on her lovely bed again.
Yay!
Okay. So I need a mallet, which I lost, which is right here. And what we're going to do is use the big end of the mallet and hit a